All right, hello everybody. Perrin Lovett here, back for the Prepper Post News, courtesy of Freedom Prepper. And it's a fun day, Friday, February the 12th, 2021. And we got a special segment by request at the end of the show today. Hello to everybody at YouTube, the community, everywhere else, everybody listening to the podcast. You'll be able to listen along to the special presentation. I know Wednesday we had some technical issues. That was on us or the computer. That was not, to my knowledge, SJW related. Although you never know. I like it when the techies have trouble with the tech stuff. That's like me watching Phil Mickelson shank a ball. I think, pro does that. I could do that. I'm a pro. But let's get right into today's featured topic. The real feature is at the end, but the news of the day is about the economy. And one of the sources that I always go to is Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, doctor, PhD in economics. The man's been in the business 40 or 50 years, knows what he's talking about, and is one of the few honest voices out there. I'd say he's right up there with Steve Keen as the best sources of economic news in the world. And he's got you can pick or choose here. You can read a recent article that he wrote about the complete death and destruction of the United States, the United Soviet Socialist States of America economy, which includes a 2004 op-ed he wrote with, of all people, Chuck Schumer, who at the time was pretending to be concerned about the plight of Americans. That ran in the Wall Street Journal not too long before Schumer was fully bought out and Dr. Roberts was thrown out of the club, if you will, for telling the truth. He's also got, if you like to watch things, I've got a link to a video interview he did with Greg Hunter very recently about many of the same topics. In particular, he discusses the latest round of BS coronavirus stimulus, and he explains the mechanics. And it's interesting, but it's a little depressing. It's about a depression. It's about the difference between inflation and deflation, and how this is working versus what's being done in Europe, and how this is not going to work. What it's really designed to do, and what it's really designed to do is just suck up the last bits of value for the elites and turn everybody else into slaves. It's literally neo-feudal serfdom making a comeback. So take a look at all that cheery news and let me know what you think about that. If they give you the money, he talks about what, it was going to be $2,000 from Creepy Joe, and now it's $1,400. It could be $1,000, $2,000. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they give you. He knows how it's going to be used and how they want you to use it. You might want to plant a garden, buy some guns to lose, all kind of things you can do with that money if you get it. Don't worry about where the money's coming from. It doesn't exist. It's never existed. It's not designed to exist. The money is not important. You can call it on books, off books debt. It literally no longer matters. When you don't have a country or a coherent nation, what does it matter how many ones and zeros they shuffle around in a computer? Got some more exciting bullshit happening here in the great USSA, the Soviet States of America. The show trial number 2 of Donald Trump is I haven't even watched it. Don't care anything about it. It too is not important. They don't have the votes to throw him out of office. They're not going to be able to remove him from office. 1, because they don't have the votes, and 2, because he's no longer in. Do you see how this just does not matter at all? But this time, with this hoax trial, he's being accused of colluding with Russia to, there's something about an insurrection at the Capitol. The same day that he had been offering to send 10,000 soldiers to guard the Capitol proceedings from things like insurrections. Again, it doesn't matter. We had soldiers in Washington at a critical time and nothing happened, so there we are. We've also had some things happening down in the corrupt and criminal mafia state of Georgia that honestly, you know, looking back at the history of Georgia, never been a real state. Just a place full of you've got the Trail of Tears, the boll weevil, slavery, and allegations of voter fraud sufficient for the state to launch an investigation. I guess they're going to be kicked off of YouTube and Facebook, but they're investigating everything, not not mentioning Donald Trump. He's not part of the investigation, at least not by name. So of course the New York Times jumps in and says that this is an investigation of Donald Trump for vote fraud in a matter where we were assured that there was no vote fraud whatsoever until the shadow group started bragging at Time magazine. Just it's fantasy out there. More BS from the New York Times, and this is a real story. This may impact you, especially if you travel. The coronavirus passport is coming. It's coming. You're either gonna it's gonna be electronic. It's gonna be on your phone. You're either gonna have to have proof of I can't say the V word. I just can't bring myself of genetic cellular manipulation, poisoning, or a test to travel anywhere. This little passport will allow you to do that, giving all power again to the feudal lords over us serfs. The Hill, which used to be a real newspaper, now it's just another CIA outlet, is also on the story, and they're talking about another CIA deep state asset, the flaming homosexual and U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Pete, what's his name? Buttigieg. He's all over this, like a San Francisco bathhouse. It's going to happen. If you want to get on a jetliner and try to flee the country, you're at least going to have to have proof of the syringe full of genetic mutation-inducing poison, or take the probe, one end or the other, or don't travel, or hop a freighter. I haven't heard of any testing or even passport checking for the freighter set. Here's something to keep an eye on. I saw this story, you probably did too, the shooting at the medical clinic in where's that? Minneapolis, Buffalo, Minnesota. Terrible news. Somebody's died. 4 people are injured. A disgruntled boomer apparently was unhappy with the medical care he had been receiving and decided to make his disapproval known with a gun. I was looking for immediate calls for gun control. We didn't see that yet. I guess they're too busy trying to prove Russian collusion in something in the Senate, or trying to wreck the country further. They don't have time for that. They'll get around to it. You might want to get around to looking at Tom Brady's diet and exercise routine. The New York Post had a very brief look at how Tom stays in Tom super condition. This is an abbreviated version. I'm sure what he goes through is much harder, but if you're looking for inspiration, there it is. The home gym, all the money, and the supermodel wife not included. And if you want to look at, I've got 2 pictures. If you want to look at the difference between winner and loser, literally, it may be as simple as no mask versus the mask. And I've got this picture. Both of these are pictures from, they're stills from videos that appeared on Twitter, of all places. Tom Brady's walking into Raymond James Stadium, cool and confident, sunglasses on, mask off, no mask. The press threw a fit about that. He's the winner. And then enter the loser, also with sunglasses and a nice, well-fitting mask. The guy who didn't win. I'm just, they made hat out of it, so I guess I can too. Making hay out of the mask. When I look around the USSA, I see people that I don't want to run them down. I don't want to run the poor people down. But 2 years ago, 2019, the average person around here didn't know what was going on. Last year took them for a ride, and they've never recovered. They don't know what to do with themselves, even if this pandemic comes to an end. I've got an RT story. Don't worry about it. The feudal lords already have a plan, and they are just itching to go with it. Read all about that. And of course, this doesn't affect us, but the rest of them. The rest of them. Here we go. Here's a story that says it all. If any of this is true, I hate to say it, but these people really deserve what they're getting and what they're going to get. Nearly 3 out of 4 people in the USSA plan to continue wearing masks in public even after the COVID-19 pandemic ends, according to a survey conducted by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. 4 out of 5 said they will also continue to avoid crowds. 90% said they will continue to wash their hands. I would hope that 100% would wash their hands, but how is it that 70 or 75% of the people want to continue to wear a bank robber mask when we have never done that before, unless you happen to be a bank robber? I'm leaning more and more towards the theory that this is a religious movement, and those are in fact our new burqas, to be worn at all times by all people, except this guy. And speaking of this guy, here's our great feature of the day. We did this a few months ago, and I've been asked to do it again. We're going to reintroduce Team Freedom Prepper, and I haven't really thought about the order of this. Let me see. I guess I'll just do it the way I did before, with a few additions. We have and we all wear different hats. So without further ado, there's Joyce, and I guess we're getting the. I was told to slow down and take some time with this, so we could run the information in the pictures. Joyce is behind the scenes, both writing and producing, and keeping everybody except me in line. We also have Yavanna, who is responsible for all of the graphics design. Anything that looks good, it looks good because of her. Oh, I was supposed to say the lovely and talented Joyce and the lovely and talented Yavanna. Yavanna takes these videos and makes them interesting, and she also works on all the other stuff. She controls the Preppertron 9000 that delivers the audio on the videos that I can't be a part of for time constraints. Then there is me, you know me. Then there is Scott Hughes, the mastermind of and leader, fearless leader of Freedom Prepper, who everything we've got is because of his dedication. That includes the channel on YouTube and fp.com. He built from scratch the Freedom Prepper community that you need to be on now, and he's also responsible single-handedly for Freedom Roasters Coffee and anything else associated with the company. Although I have suggested that I would make a great coffee person, whatever that entails. I'll do it. I'll count the beans. So that's the human part of the team. Of course, we would not be where we are today without the assistance of the Prepper Elves, who most people have never met. I interact with them occasionally. They live far away in a tree, I think somewhere in Patagonia. Not quite sure. And there's the Preppertron 9000. We had our little falling out over certain issues, but it is still around, mechanically cranking away, planning to eliminate all of us. And most importantly, we have all of you. And I was tempted to name off a few of our more prolific vocal fans, but and some of you guys will probably comment below the video. I just don't want to give you too much exposure, and certainly people on the community may want their privacy. But we've got quite a interesting, educated, and fun group that's slowly growing. We've got people in, I forget how many countries, at least three continents, multiple countries, all backgrounds. We've got people that are or were involved in government, education, agriculture, military affairs. Got some very dangerous people, and some fun-loving good people. Everybody contributes to the team in some way, and we're so grateful to have you helping us every day. Some days like this, we need it. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed the show, and have a great weekend. I will see you back Monday, and I hope I did this slow enough for. I hope we had a picture of Scott's big hat, Scott, or maybe the mug. That would be a great picture too. So anyway, I'll let you go. I'll see you back Monday.